Yard is brought to you by Racing Plus. Sign up now at racing.com.
The 124th running of the Magic Millions Memsie Stakes, $1 million, the first Group 1 of the racing season for 2022-2023 in Victoria. Weight for age, 1,400 metres. Behemoth joined the greats as a dual winner of this race last year. David Jolly and Brett Preble defeating Bo Rosser and Tefane. Sierra Sue, of course, was scratched, then went out and won the Group 1 Rupert Clark. The last three via the Spring Stakes, none of them this year, though. To the field we go. Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. with two gilt-edged chances, the first of them on Thunderstruck.
A couple of jump outs. I think he's further forward than last preparation. That's the word from the stable too. He's got the class to win. I do prefer him on bigger tracks. I wonder if the Mackay Diva and the Underwood are his races.
A little bit of time since I last assessed him, and he's certainly strengthened again, so he's better every time he comes back. I do agree. I think he's more forward in condition than when I've seen him first up previously, and for a horse that gets himself a little bit nervy out the back, he's got nerves of steel in the mounting yard.
The great Bart Cummings won this race with his VRC Oaks win, a Magical Miss in 2002, So You Think in 2010. Both his grandsons, James and Ed, have got runners in this year's edition. James and Godolphin have Cascadian.
A couple of trials. The latest was outstanding, as good as I've ever seen him trial behind Animo. He's been really good in both of his last two first up runs. He likes soft ground. I think he's a winning chance with the right run.
Very relaxed, looks forward in condition, a little bit wintry in the coat, but his colour's good. I think he'll improve off the run, but a nice return.
Damien Oliver won the Memsie aboard the horse he won a Cox Plate on, Dane Ripper, in 1998. Here he partners the Stradbroke winner, Alligator Blood.
Should have some residual fitness from his Stradbroke handicap campaign where he won that race. I think he's probably been targeted towards this race. From that draw, he jumped well in the Stradbroke and they rode him back because he couldn't get in. I think from the draw, he can be right in behind the leaders. The improving track suits him. I think he's the one best suited to 1,400 metres here.
I haven't seen him since he was a 3-year-old, so evident he's going to be a much bigger, stronger horse, and he's certainly that. He's very solid. He does carry a weight around his midsection, probably typical for him now. I just love how alert and focused and bright he is in the yard.
4 non-conformists resumes after running second last spring in the Might and Power and the Caulfield Cup.
And he had no luck in the Lawrence first up this track and distance 12 months ago. He's been given a quiet time in a recent trial, went very nicely. Look, I think he'll be better suited with the run under the belt over further, but he may be able to run well with the right run in transit.
He's a real staying type. He's going to want further than this, but a lovely return from him. He's not far away in terms of his fitness, and he's beautifully relaxed.
5 is Western Empire. 12 months ago, Inspirational Girl in the Peters Investments colours made her debut for the O'Brien stable with Damien Lane in the saddle. She was 5th on that occasion. Damien Lane won this race with Humidor 4 years ago.
Oh, just a quality gallop. It could be anything, this fellow, and that performance in the railway was scintillating. Recent work's been great. Look, there'll be improvement to come, but maybe his class can get him through anyway.
He certainly looks like a real athlete. There's no doubt about that. He's had the preparatory work to be really effective, fresh, and he's come into the yard despite how relaxed he was out the back. He's come into the yard and he's switched on, so he certainly looks ready to fire. My only question mark is I think he will be better over a little bit further, but if he's sharp enough today, he'll make his presence felt. It's a great parade.
Second of the O'Brien runners is the 6 Call Sign Mav.
Can probably go forward. I think others will be sharper at 1,400 metres. Maybe he's the one that could get caught 3 wide and make that 3 wide running line for a couple of these horses drawn out wider.
Nice big strong horse, but he's got improvement to come both in his coat and in terms of his fitness.
7 Elephant resumed in the Lawrence.
Probably needed the run there first up. He'll be fitter, but this is tougher again. I think there's stronger chances and this might be a bit tough for him.
A little bit more switched on today, and he's tightened up off the back of his first up run.
Zarek kicks off at the 1,400.
1 from 4 first up, ran well 1,400 first up last prep. That was a benchmark 100. I would have preferred his chances in a much, much weaker race. Very
relaxed. I think he'll tighten with the run, and he's got some cleaning up to do in his coat.
Ponciana, broodmare, stakes placed, has 2 runners in the race. The first of them, the 9, Dragon Leap.
Didn't have a lot of luck first up in the tramway as a $21 chance a few preparations ago. I found it hard to line his form up, but that New Zealand form has held up throughout the program already today. Don't quite know if he's good enough, but there's been some positive signs with the form lines already today.
What a brilliant broodmare, obviously also the dam of the Group 1 performer in Inference, and she stamps them. They've all got a really similar look about them. He's a horse that's got strength, but there is some stretch to him. I love the fact that he just drops his head down and wanders around the yard. He's a real professional. He looks like he could probably make his presence felt. I'm surprised by how much I like his parade.
The Australian Guineas place getter, the 10 Lightsaber, is back.
Had 2 jump outs in a trial. I think there's plenty of intent for this horse being an entire. The Moody stable's been on fire today. He can roll forward and settle in the first 3. He'd need to produce a new career peak, but I think at $41, he's the best roughie in the race.
Always had the frame to be a really nice horse, but with time he's really furnished, and he's actually turned into quite a grouse horse. He's got a lot of strength about him. His coat's in outstanding order. He's lovely and relaxed in the yard. So look, he's one I'm definitely going to have an eye on.
11 is Elation, the second of the Price Kent runners, listed winner in Adelaide twice.
What an exciting horse. Along with Western Empire, I think they're the 2 most exciting horses running today. He's had 3 starts, won them all been in slowly run races, but he's produced huge last 600s. He hasn't seen anywhere near this quality of opposition. His jump outs have been outstanding. He might be something special. 2 1400-metre wins against weak opposition with that of a very serious horse. Can't wait to see how he measures up.
He's got some quality about him. He's got a great head on him. He's got a great attitude in the mounting yard. I know he's got a couple of strappers on him, but for the most part, he does absolutely everything right. He's got his mind on the job. I like that. I think he's forward enough to be effective here, and he's a great walker, so lots of positives.
3 mares in this year's Memsie. The first of them, Tefane, won the All Fresh back in the summer.
1400-metre specialist, won that All. First up, as you said, last preparation. She was the run of the race in the All-Age before a spell. 3 jump outs this prep. I thought the latest was good enough. She should get the run of the race just in behind the speed, maybe 1 out, 1 back. She's hard to knock. She'll run well. She always does in these sort of races.
Great parade from her. Her coat is in outstanding order. She's lovely and relaxed, and she's forward in condition if you like her. She's produced a good parade.
After some race morning issues ahead of the Winks last Saturday, the 13 Jewess resumes here for Ed Cummings and Josh Parr.
Didn't have any luck at 1600, second up last prep, and she's a high-quality horse. Best form's been at 2000 plus, so I think others will be sharper at 1400 metres, even as good as she is.
Yeah, she's a lighter frame, staying tight, but she looks forward in condition and she moves well in the yard. So there's a lot to like about her, but she's probably going to need further than this to show her best.
14 Snap Dancer, a winner of the Sangster, and then second in a Tats Tiara.
Yeah, she's a quality galloper. That effort in the Sangster, she deserved that Group 1 victory. And look, I think she's got another big one in there. It may well be today. The advantage that she's got over some of her rivals, she can take a position and she's going to find an on-pace, nice map for her, I think, quite cheaply today, and she'll run a bold race, I'm sure.
She looks better than what she did when she won the Sangster. I thought she looked incredibly focused in the yard. There's dapples out in her coat. She's very well prepared for this fresh. It would not surprise me if she put her hand up here.
It's an edition of the Memsie, heaving with quality. 8 Group 1 winners, the 10th edition at the highest level. Benascara, your top 4.
You know, with Alligator Blood off the map, I think you can be in behind the leaders with some residual fitness from the Queensland preparation and then be strong late. Elation and Western Empire are the 2, though. They could be multiple Group 1 winners this spring without surprising at all. Don't know where they get to in the run from the barriers. That was my concern, but can't wait to see how they go. Tefane's hard to knock, but Alligator Blood for me here at 1400 metres. Hutch.
It's a great addition this year. Look, I'm really looking forward to it. A number of them could prove victorious, but I'm just so excited to see Western Empire. Look, who knows how good he'll be, but and no doubt there'll be improvement to come, but he'll be right there, I'm sure. Snap Dance, Alligator Blood, Elation, any one of those could prevail.
Yeah, Elation was the horse that I wanted to see in the mounting yard today, and he has not disappointed. He's just a horse that does everything right. He's switched on, he's focused on race day. He looked outstanding. I like the way that he's come on since I saw him in South Australia, so he goes on top for me today. Outside of that, you can make a case for a number of these horses, and to be fair, it wasn't an easy decision to make. I thought the 14 Snap Dancer looked outstanding in the mounting yard today. She's forward in condition, and she looks better than what she did when she won her Group 1 in South Australia. Outside of that, Lightsaber, he's returned a much bigger, stronger horse as well. So I think he's in for a really good campaign.
Oh, good.
You got the horses that are going to scream from behind like Cascadian, Ridden for Luck with Jewess, and I Am Thunderstruck. Get your bets on Snap Dancer, your market money mover.
Mick Price joins us, 2 runners for the stable in this year's Memsie. Mick, thank you for your time. Happy with the parade and how both I'm Thunderstruck and Elation have handled race day?
Yeah, it's good. That colt is good. He's got a good brain on him. Yeah, I know he's a colt and he behaves like a colt sometimes, but you see yourself in the mounting yard. He's a really intelligent horse and he knows his stuff and he just behaves well. The other horse, I'm Thunderstruck, has taken probably a good couple of preparations to actually come to the races and not get the shivers and the shakes up, you know. So this preparation, probably good that he's had an exhibition gallop. He came here Tuesday for, of course, proper gallop. walked on course nice and settled. So my two, beautiful.
There was consideration when we spoke after they did that exhibition gallop at Sandown a few Wednesdays ago that Elation might have targeted the 1,400-metre handicap on the program today. The horse has just done too well not to take a shot at the stumps here in the Memsie.
Yeah, look, it's probably me dreaming at night, I'd say. But what do you do? The horse is a lovely horse, and even if he runs a place, he gets his rating up, and he helps us place him from there, you know. And anyway, it's a bad gate, and she's going to ride him cold, so I'm hoping there's pressure on.
All the best, Mick.
Thanks, Nige.
Yeah, there'll be pressure, all right. But Charlotte, what's catching your eye down at the start?
Well, I've just got here and Elation has completely changed because I saw he was very good in the mounting yard, but out in the pre-parade he was getting a little bit like a big boy. But he's walking around on a loose rein out here, and Jamie's got the beautiful hands and feet out of the stirrups, and he's walking around like a 10-year-old gelding. So big tick for Elation here. Another one that caught my eye on the way round. Huge ground covering stride and just looks so loose and supple with Snap Dancer. I'm Thunderstruck, had a bit of a sweat, non-conformist also, but Lightsaber's just arrived and he looks super. Yeah, can certainly give Lightsaber a big push. He looks magnificent here. So yeah, certainly a few ticking the boxes. My favourite, Tefane. She's also just about to arrive and looking good.
All right, thanks to Charlotte. Some important information there regarding a couple of them, and you can see what she was saying with regard to Elation, which you like to see for a lightly raced horse, Dwayne. He's nice and relaxed down at the start.
Yeah, you just don't want the occasion to get ahead of them, and they can crack under pressure. But good horses, they seem to just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment. Race horses, they focus. It's an intriguing race now with that inside. What are the guys going to be thinking? Are they going to stay away from that inside a bit and maybe open this field up on the home bend and give a few more options to a couple of others? But you know, that probably got to look at those past races that we've watched and be a little bit hesitant to want to get down too low.
Yeah, it's a fair call. It is a fair call, but there should be at least a little bit of tempo early with Snap Dancer drawn low. And what path will they pick with Snap Dancer? He's coming for some good late support. Well through leading here for the feature event of the day. It's the Magic Millions Memsie Stakes over 1,400. Here's Matthew Hill.
And Snap Dancer given a hope in single figures down the bottom of the page. 950 into 650, back to 7. Snap Dancer with books. Here's Elation. Fourth race start from a wide alley in a Group 1. Elation goes in. Lightsaber. He'll be up on the speed somewhere, going in. That leaves, waiting at the back of the chute, Call Sign Mav. And it looks to be Cascadian, who's just hiding behind the horse weighing station over there. So Cascadian, who's trialled up well. Peter Young winner early in the autumn goes in, and Call Sign Mav to complete it. First Group 1 in Melbourne for a big spring. Call Sign Mav goes up. The field is set. Ready for the Memsie, set to go, and away they go. And beginning well was Alligator Blood, but Snap Dancer fired out and led to Tefane Lightsaber in the early stages. They were followed by Western Empire, and out deeper on the course, pouring it on as Call Sign Mav. Further back as Dragon Leap, one off the fence, an Elephant around it. Nonconformist midfield. Then I'm Thunderstruck Cascadian. Well back as Zayrek, and they were followed next by Elation, who's back to second last, and Duis at the end of the field. 950 out, Snap Dancer in front of Call Sign Mav. Lightsaber third the inside, and Western Empire has been able to slot across, one off the fence in fourth place. A lovely bit of riding, and they were followed by Tefane, sixth on the outside of Alligator Blood. Then came Elephant, Dragon Leap, Nonconformist, I'm Thunderstruck from Cascadian, Elation. Well back as Zayrek, and Duis is last. So with 500 metres to go, Snap Dancer is the leader in the $1 Million Memsie by 3/4 of a length to Call Sign Mav. Western Empire peels three wide. Lightsaber the inside, then Tefane. Alligator Blood is tracking up behind those, then Dragon Leap, and I'm Thunderstruck to the outside. Snap Dancer went for home though. 200 metres to go, 2.5 lengths in front of Western Empire. Call Sign Mav, I'm Thunderstruck, and Dragon Leap, but Snap Dancer, 100 metres to go, still clear. I'm Thunderstruck wearing it down. Snap Dancer needs the line, but won it. Snap Dancer a neck, I'm Thunderstruck Cascadian. For fourth a photo, Western Empire or Dragon Leap. Then came Alligator Blood, Call Sign Mav, Nonconformist, Elephant, Lightsaber. Well back in the field, Tefane, Zayrek, Duis, and Elation a long way back.
The Caulfield Mounting Yard for the last 200 metres was resembling a mosh pit. Brad Spicer and his group of owners in Snap Dancer have been on the ride of their lives right throughout the year. It started with her win in the Fillies and Mares Magic Millions under the warm Queensland sun in mid-January, and since then she's basically swept all before her. Apart from a forgivable run in what was one of the more bizarre new markets we've seen, she has done everything possible, winning a Triscay, a Sangster, and just claimed in the shadows by Star Tontes in a Tats Tiara. Again, you put it in inverted commas, residual fitness from Queensland counts. She'd run on the 25th of June in that Group 1 for the mares. Here she's beaten all of them, and she puts her name alongside Atlantic Jewel as the only mare to win the Memsie since it's been a Group 1. And Ethan Brown's been the man on the trajectory with her. What an upward spiral it's been. Snap Dancer, horse 14, wins the 2022 Memsie. I'm thunderstruck, a super run from the ruck to challenge late and run into second. Cascadian was always going to be good from the back in third. And Dragon Leap, well, he was the better of the progeny of Pontiana in the end. The former Kiwi gets into fourth. What a super addition to the Memsie, and how good is it to have people back at the Heath in spring?
There was plenty happening in behind her, but in the meantime, Snap Dancer got into a beautiful rhythm. They left her alone, and she kicked for home and had enough in reserve to hold off the fast finishing I'm Thunderstruck. He looks in for a huge spring preparation. Look out when he gets to Flemington and Sandown going forward over a bit further. Cascadian runs really well. You have to watch this replay a couple of times, guys. We can see where Elation finished. Alligator Blood had no luck at all, looked to be bolting. Barrier 1 probably was his nemesis. Some great scenes there in the mounting yard. Don't know, Western Empire seemed to have his chances. Does he need the run? Does he need further? He's been off a while. You're going to have to dissect that racer and take a look, have a look at a few times.
Yeah, I mean, but all honours the winner. I mean, I know there might have been a couple in behind, but, Snap Dancer, we said pre-race, she makes her own luck. She's gone forward, she's kicked for home. A terrific performance. I'm Thunderstruck, powered late, Cascadian good, but, we said she deserved that Group 1 last preparation. She's come back, she's tough. I think she's got another good one in her as well on today's performance as well. She might be open for a little bit of improvement as well. Let's hear from Kieran Marr.
Kieran Marr joins us after the victory of Snap Dancer in the Memsie. Kieran, when did you and Dave plot the course to this race? The fact that she'd run so well through the Sangster and the Tiara that you thought the only bar left is to go to open weight for age?
Well, when she ran so well at the 14 in the Tiara, as history would tell you, fitness counts for a lot in this race, and the horses with that residual fitness generally figure. I just said to the guys before the race, if I could have said that day at the Tiara that she was going to present this well, I said I couldn't have been happier with her. Her work here on Tuesday was super. All the team have done a fantastic job. This horse has basically been in work since October last year. And Ethan Brown, he's a real emerging jockey, and great lad to have around the stable, provides a lot of feedback, and just fantastic for him. And Brad Spicer, he seems to keep finding them. And as you can see, there's a great group of owners there, and it's just a huge result. She's got a lot of options now.
Well, we had Luke Oliver train a winner on his wedding day to begin the program. I believe it's Brad Spicer's birthday today, so that's going to be some sort of party. You talk options. What does it open up for her from here?
Well, yeah, as I said, she's got plenty. Maybe an Everest is an option. But, she seems to be really dominant at that 1400. She's got a high cruising speed, and, fantastic for a horse to, if she did nothing else, this prep this year has been phenomenal for her. So, but she seems, thanks, Mick, thanks. She's just going from strength to strength, and I think she'll get better again.
Could you have honestly thought she'd get to this level when she's winning a Fillies and Mares Magic Millions in mid-January?
Well, no, wait for age. But I said to the guys, as a 2- and 3-year-old, I said she'll be better when she's 4 and 5, and I think she still is developing. So the sky's the limit.
Kieran, congratulations. We'll go and chat to Ethan Brown, who joins us. Ethan, come over here. Well, if you ever buy a farm, I think you're going to have to name it Snap Dancer Lodge or something, because she's taking you on the ride of your life. How did that unfold?
Yeah, she's taking me on the ride of my life. She's so easy to ride. I come out so relaxed for this race. She's obviously a lot of chance. Just her racing style makes everything so much easier. I mean, she jumps so well. Established a lead. She switched off when I asked her to. Tactically, I just wanted to use her residual fitness, knowing that most of those horses were first up, resuming stays. You know, she still had to do it, and she done exactly that. I thought she was really impressive. She just keeps raising the bar.
Can you articulate the improvement for us? She's just beaten a field with 7 other Group 1 winners in action today. It was a much deeper field than what she tackled in a Sangster.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's what I was saying. She had to do it today. You know, wasn't sure she was quite up to it, but her work leading in's been amazing. You know, the team obviously done a really good job. She's placed to perfection today, and as I said, she just keeps raising the bar. Yeah, onwards and upwards for her.
You got a group of owners here, I think, who want to maybe give you the greatest bear hug of all time or lift you into the skies. I'll just remind them that you're somewhere in the mid 50 kilos. Please look after him. Congratulations, another Group 1.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.